Picture this. You're on the couch, your cat is across the room, and they're watching you. Then slowly, those eyes narrow into soft slits before drifting entirely shut for a second or two. Most of us glance over, assume we have a sleepy pet on our hands, and go back to what we were doing. But that deliberate blink is a specific message, the feline equivalent of telling you they feel safe in your presence. We often struggle to read these moments because of the cultural story we tell about cats, that they are aloof, highly independent creatures who merely tolerate human interaction to keep the food bowl full. This gap in understanding leads us to use human logic to show affection. We lock our eyes and lean in. But in the grammar of cat body language, a wide, direct stare and a looming physical approach read as a threat. The result is a clear, consistent miscommunication. Cats are signaling us through a quiet, subtle vocabulary, but we are often looking for the wrong cues. To understand your cat, look at the physical syntax of the blink. It begins with half blinks. Muscles relax, lids drop to half-mast. Then a full closure, holding that muscular release a beat longer than a reflex blink. In humans, we recognize a genuine smile by the way it crinkles the outer corners of the eyes. When a cat relaxes its eye muscles this way, it's using a similar mammalian pattern linked to positive emotion. In the wild, maintaining a hard, unblinking stare is a high-stakes action. Fixed, dilated eyes typically signal fear, predatory arousal, or an impending confrontation. By intentionally breaking that intense gaze and shutting its eyes, a cautious predator is making a voluntary display of vulnerability. It is a biological way of saying the situation is non-threatening. In 2020, a team of psychologists at the University of Sussex designed a study to test if this behavior was a reliable form of communication. In their first experiment, owners sat across from their own cats and performed the slow blink. The cats reliably returned the gesture, suggesting a conversational call-and-response loop. This diagram outlines their second experiment, which used total strangers. When a researcher offered a slow blink instead of a neutral stare, the cats not only returned the blink, but were significantly more likely to approach the stranger's outstretched hand. Even cats who have never met you use the slow blink as a metric for safety. It serves as a universal, species-wide signal that lowers the barrier for interaction between us. The slow blink is just one part of a larger psychological reality regarding feline affection, which researchers at Oregon State University began measuring in 2019. They used the Secure Base Test, a psychological assessment originally designed to observe how human infants use their caregivers as a source of security in unfamiliar environments. This chart shows the study's results. 65% of the cats demonstrated a secure attachment to their owners. That is the exact same proportion found in human infants. These findings suggest that the bond between a cat and its owner is based on an emotional reliance that mirrors our own, rather than a simple exchange for food. The slow blink is the daily maintenance of this bond, a millennia-old emotional vocabulary shared between two entirely different species. Understanding this language has practical applications for animal welfare. Veterinarians and shelter staff can use the blink to gauge a cat's stress levels and help them feel more at ease in clinical settings. In an animal shelter, a potential adopter who knows how to offer a relaxed gaze could coax a frightened cat into the open, potentially determining whether that animal finds a home. You can apply this at home by waiting until your cat is calm, then catching their eye and softening your gaze. Slowly close your eyes for a count of 2, then wait for the response. Learning this 2-second biological translation allows you to participate in a conversation that's been happening for thousands of years, confirming that the trust in your living room runs both ways.